Hello and welcome to what might become a bit of a series. Finding some good music. There's been some classic arguments about there's no more guitar, no more guitar-based music, and the guitar is dead and all that stuff. I'm not so sure I agree. I think that what's really happened is that it's just a bit more scattered. It's obviously the typical guitar hero might be dead, although I suppose they now reside on YouTube. So anyway, point is, there's some amazing stuff, and the last few years I've been smitten, so to say, by Doom and Stoner. And there's some great stuff out there, and if anybody's interested, there's a couple of YouTube channels. Spotify also obviously has a lot of these guys on there, and it's about finding them, and it's been made really, really easy nowadays, thanks to a couple of YouTubers who are posting full albums and such. So I will give you a quick indication. We've got two guys here. These are the Mist666, Mr. Doom channels. And they've got amazing stuff. And I check it at least a couple of times a week, because sometimes there's like more than one thing uploaded a day. So there was one I was listening to the other day, in fact yesterday, which I really, really liked. Where's that? Yeah, so just search 666 Mr. Doom. You'll see there's two. There's one with about 109k subscribers, and then there's one with about 22k subscribers. And these are great sources of new music. Now it's kind of like stoner and doom stuff, but there's some metal in there as well. There's some really good metal. It's basically heavy genres in here. So I found this one band the other day, and I really want to play like a little bit of that. It was Noose. Noose was also very good. Earthbong was amazing. Where is that? Seems to be gone, actually, to be honest. I mean, the problem with this kind of stuff is I'm not entirely sure how they do it, because although these are fairly small and independent bands, well, not all of them, but most of them are part of some sort of publicist or distributor or record label. So I've done 3 gear reviews about some of the bands featured as well, and they were all copyright claimed, although I've managed to reverse 2 of it because I've had the band's permission. So I'm not 100% sure how this works on... I think they just don't get monetized, to be honest. Noose was good. So, Sludge Plow. There's too much choice here, to be honest. So the best thing to do is just go through them. So Earthbong. Because I like to dabble in recording, that's why I wanted to do the gear overviews. I do like to do gear reviews and stuff like that. But what I like more is gear overviews of bands like this, who I suppose are a bit smaller than, you know, the big guys, but know what they're doing. And also the kind of music makes it more challenging to mix and record. You've got all this kind of low frequency information that you somehow need to dissect and make sure that you can hear it, and at the same time the whole idea of the stoner and sludge and doom genre is that it's not squeaky clean production either, so it's not the easiest thing to get right and to keep that that kind of feeling going of doom and gloom and low guitars and low bass and kind of like even the drums sound a little bit more dulled down. So all information seems to be sitting in like the in the lows and the low mids, and to still get clarity it takes a bit of skill, and so I like to listen out to how well is not the right word, but how it's recorded. How do they manage to from a recording perspective and a mixing and a production perspective, how they manage to convey their music. These things are meant to be played live, you know, in smaller venues where you really have that drone and the reverb over the bare walls, and the people and the sweat and the smells and the beer over your head. That's where this should live. So when you record things, I suppose there's always a tendency to try and clean things up too much. So I find the recording of the doom and stoner bands really, really interesting. I'm gonna go into my... So this is two of the channels which I frequent. Now, there was another one which I am tempted to say stay away from. He had the biggest one, Stoner Meadow of Doom. He probably had the biggest stoner and doom channel. Unfortunately, there have been some issues there which I don't care to get into. That's up to you to Google. There's enough information about that. And he's also, through that whole thing, a lot of the videos have been kind of taken down. I've not been on that now for a while. If you Google it, you'll see why. There's some reasons. So I'm trying to find, there was another guy from Germany who did a nice little video, Rock Freaks. There you go. So again, a nice little collection of great stuff. A lot of the stuff is obviously duplicated amongst them, which is understandable because the guys that run these channels are not precious. They are happy. They're doing this for the love of the music, and so they're happy for the stuff to go out multiple channels. It's all about, you know, spreading the love, to be honest. So here we did these guys. This is Zreet. Absolutely adore this song. You'll see there's another video of mine of about a week and a half ago, and it is a gear overview and a song track playing, and this is Zreet. I'll play a little bit because this is magic. What I really liked about these guys is that the recording is absolutely spectacular, and if you look at the gear overview, you'll see why. They spent a lot of time getting things right. This was a track, 12 minutes 30 seconds track dedicated to their drummer that they lost late last year, which seems to be quite tragic. So that was a great song. So these are the first few that I'm going to show you. And I wanted to feature my stoner band of the week. Might have to clip this video. Oh, guys, this is a band and a half. They're from Mexico, and they were going to be touring. They were going to be touring Europe, and I managed to convince them to also do a stunt in Glasgow. It would have been happening like in 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something, and unfortunately COVID has ruined that whole palaver. But these guys are absolute class. We'll do a little bit of this. If this is your thing, go and Google them, Venom Sabathi. I don't know how to pronounce that, to be honest. What else have we got here? There was a massively good band. It was just one of the best tracks I've heard in a long time. And I absolutely can't. That was going to be my recommendation of the day. This one was very good as well. Noosed wasn't that one. Wasn't Mammoth Bipolar? No. That song was great. Deer Slayer was good. It looks like it's gone for some odd reason. I doubt that. Yeah, I'm not precious about these things. I'm more than happy to. As you can see, I've already been listening to this guy. As you can understand, I'm not going to play full music here. I don't want this to be a music channel. I want this to be a promo kind of place, and also I don't want things to be copyright, taken down and all that stuff. I'd rather give an overview of what I found, what I think is great, and make sure you guys make sure you guys go and find these things for yourselves. That is the idea behind this. So, shitty first episode, but I think I'll do this on a more regular basis. There's some good stuff happening, and I might also do the whole gear review thing. I might do the gear review live with the bands. Now, I know some people have a problem with Spotify. I do and I don't. But Spotify is littered with good stoner music, including some really great playlists. I've made a few: stoner metal mayhem, stoner mayhem, stoner mixtapes. There's enough out there for you guys to just go in and find them. So I will end this here, and thank you very much.